the Black Power movement stands as a transformative force in American history, emerging in the mid-1960s with a profound message of Black empowerment and self-determination. Born out of frustration with the slow progress of civil rights and the persistent sting of racial injustice, this movement sought not only equality, but a deep structural change in how Black Americans were treated and perceived. The term Black Power was popularized by Stokely Carmichael, a dynamic leader of the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. In 1966, Carmichael's impassioned speeches gave voice to a growing sentiment that nonviolent protests alone were insufficient. Many African Americans, frustrated by the slow progress of integration and discouraged by ongoing obstacles to genuine equality, embraced Carmichael's call for a more forceful approach to achieving racial justice. Central to the movement were key figures and organizations, each offering a unique strategy for advancing racial justice. Stokely Carmichael moved the focus away from simply integrating into existing societal structures and towards a more empowering vision of self-determination and Black pride. He emphasized the importance of rethinking Black identity and autonomy, advocating for a more assertive approach to achieving racial justice. In parallel, Huey P. Newton and Bobby Seale founded the Black Panther Party in 1966, creating an organization that uniquely blended militant self-defense with community service. Their groundbreaking initiatives, such as providing free breakfasts for children and establishing community health clinics, directly addressed systemic neglect and disenfranchisement faced by Black communities. These efforts not only challenged existing injustices, but also set new standards for grassroots activism and community support. Adding another critical dimension to the movement, Angela Davis, a prominent scholar and activist, brought attention to the intersections of racial, economic, and gender oppressions through her work on prison reform and her involvement with the Communist Party. Davis's scholarship and activism expanded the movement's focus, highlighting the complex ways in which various forms of oppression are interconnected. Together, these leaders and their diverse approaches profoundly enriched and broadened the movement, driving it toward a more inclusive and multifaceted struggle for justice. At its core, the Black Power movement was about reclaiming Black identity and asserting control over one's own life. It emphasized self-determination not just as a political objective, but as a cultural necessity, celebrating Black heritage and fostering a deep sense of pride and empowerment. This focus on cultural renaissance influenced a wide array of artistic expressions, from music and literature to visual arts, reshaping the cultural landscape and challenging prevailing racial stereotypes. The movement also had a lasting impact on political and social landscapes. It laid the foundation for future activism, inspiring generations that followed, including those in the Black Lives Matter movement, which continues to fight against racial injustice and systemic inequality. The push for Black Studies programs in universities and a greater acknowledgement of African American contributions to history and culture were direct results of the movement's influence. However, despite its achievements, the Black Power movement faced significant challenges. The militant stance of some groups, such as the Black Panthers, led to conflicts with law enforcement and negative media portrayals. Additionally, the movement's emphasis on racial separatism and socialism sometimes turned away individuals who favored a more integrationist approach. Yet, despite these divisions, reflecting on the Black Power movement reveals a powerful story of courage and transformation. This period was marked by bold efforts to redefine Black identity and assert autonomy, even as it navigated the complexities of varying visions for achieving racial justice. Its leaders and activists challenged not only the structures of racism, but also redefined what it meant to seek justice and equality. Their legacy reminds us that the fight for justice involves more than achieving specific goals. It is about nurturing a fundamental change in how we view and treat one another. As we continue to build on their work, we honor their vision and strive toward a future where every individual is valued and empowered to shape their own destiny.